Yes? No. Okay. What about the engineers? If your father or the mother was an engineer. Okay, the yeses, please make some noise. The no's. So that's actually a healthy balance right there. The reason I asked you these questions is because the next person to take stage, she's the first in her family to actually do this. And she chose music. Yeah? Her name is Vara Vin, and she comes from the genre of country pop, which is quite unique actually, country pop in a place like India. She's been creating revivals in Berklee College of Music, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big Under 25 Summit welcome to Vara Vin. Make some noise for her, please.
Kurt Cobain once said, "The sun is gone, but I have a light." That's exactly how I felt my entire life growing up as a teenager from a poor family. No matter what happened, music always put back the light in my heart. My name is Vara Vin, and I'm a 21-year-old country rock singer-songwriter. I currently study at Berklee College of Music in Boston. I come from a long line of Indian classical musicians, and naturally I was put into the circuit to become another replica of my forefathers. I mean, what 4-year-old is going to understand that singing songs about God is a better way to pass time rolling in mud with your friends, you know? Nonetheless, I had a pretty sweet childhood with my parents. Then in October 2004, I lost my father to a heart attack, and it left our little family shattered. We had absolutely no house, no money, and we had to live with our relatives for a while. I even recall living in a closet-sized apartment filled with cockroaches. A year after my father's death, my mom started working, and this was during my teenage years. I had to change schools, and I was going through these emotional battles that the wonderful teenage years brings to us. And to top all of that, I had absolutely no friends in school. But these were the years that I started to understand music as a source of comfort. When I was 15 years old, I went to the US on a full scholarship exchange program and lived with an American family in Colorado. My mom said I was always a very adventurous person. Yes, I was looking for something, some kind of freedom that I could never get here. So I left home and stayed away for a while. And my host father was a country music guitarist in the Air Force Band. And ever since my first gig, I fell in love with country music at first sight. I mean, after my first gig, there was just no stopping me. I was writing all the time, every hour of the day. I came back to India when I was 16 and recorded an entire album and released it to radio. I even talked about my journey in music on 94.3, which was my first public voice. I really did try to sell my music here and get opportunities, but no one wanted to deal with a 16-year-old. That's when I decided that I had to go back to the States and get better at what I do. So I applied to Berklee College of Music, which was my dream school, and I got accepted, and this was when I was 17. But I had no funds to pay for my tuition, so my mom and I climbed up and down 400 buildings in Bangalore and requested every person to help me with tuition. I even remember taking my little guitar and my songwriting book to every meeting. But naturally, most of them said no, except for this one amazing human being that I met through a family friend who is my sponsor now. Without his support and help, I wouldn't be here today, and that's an understatement. I have a lot of musical influences that range from pop to country to rock, but the most influential musicians in my life are Loretta Lynn, Martina McBride, Casey Musgraves, Keen, Heart, Nirvana, The Pretty Reckless, Radiohead, and many more. The Dixie Chicks. I love them. People have received my music better than I could ever imagine. My first single, Magnet, went on to number 19 on bestcountryradio.com in 2016. And my second single, Loving You From a Distance, charted to number 15 on New Music Weekly charts in Nashville. My next single, Rainbow, that I will be playing for you guys, is synonymous to my journey in the music industry the past year. It is about the society trying to control who you are and trying to take control of your creativity. Being a woman in the music industry, people will constantly talk over you to ensure that your opinions and your voice isn't heard. You have to bleed your dreams. You have to sweat day and night and fight those battles. Strategize, be smart. Your friends and enemies will constantly underestimate you, and that's inevitable. But it's up to you to toughen up and build up that strength and courage to face all of that and go towards the goals you've set for yourself. In my case, it is to be the best damn musician of my generation and give the people the music that is true to who I am. Lastly, this is to everyone out there who's trying to get into the entertainment industry. Let me tell you something. You're not entitled to greatness, and neither am I. None of us are entitled to anything. Nothing comes easy, and if you're not ready to make those sacrifices and fight those battles, then honey, toughen up, because this is 2017, and you have to have tough skin. You need to know how to sing, write songs, model, act, and most of all, you need to know how to be good at self-advertising. That is all for today. I will let my music do the rest of the talking. So the first song I'm going to be playing is Rainbow, the song that I'm going to be releasing soon. We lived like lions, kings of ourselves, endlessly dreaming. Then came the hunters with boots and guns, turned our skin into puppets, so we'll do what they want. Now I lock myself, 'cause I don't trust where my feet go. I walk myself with a leash around my throat because of you. I watch myself take the colors out of my rainbow. I'm at your bidding, I'm at your mercy, just barely living. You make me jump to your hoops of fire. I'm a slave to the crowd, to their cheers and applause, and I lock myself, 'cause I don't trust where my feet go. I walk myself with a leash around my throat because of you. I watch myself take the colors out of my rainbow. But I'm putting back the colors in my rainbow. putting back the colors in my rainbow. Thank you. This next song is called Crown. My feet ready to fall out of your toxic train. Been standing here too long, planning my escape. I wanna feel the sun, 'cause loving you is winter. I'm ready to move on. I'm going in head first. Blue, I found the roots that I left somewhere back in the ground. I'll prove, I'll rebuild my kingdom from thorns and I'll take back my crown. Fading trail of smoke, your memory is passing. Turned your carbon into stone. Now I'm covered in diamonds. Blue, I found the roots that I left somewhere back in the ground. I'll rebuild my kingdom from thorns and I'll take back my crown. The last song I'm going to play for you guys is something that I'm writing now, so it's not the entire song, but I just want to share it with you. And it's called Ashes. You persuaded me to fall into the fire and promised you'd jump with me. Said you ain't afraid of heights. You walked away, leaving me way down below. There's no one to keep the flames burning low. My heart's burning like firewood. My love was never understood. And baby, if I could, I'd rise from these ashes. I would. Thank you. Thank you so much.
A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Clap for her, please. Vara Vin. Thank you so much for being with us. So the reason I asked a show of hands before for the engineers and the doctors is because generally the mindset is when you come to an event like this, how many of you are here to be inspired? Put your hands up in the air. Okay, how many of you are here to have fun? Put your hands up in the air. I saw one hand that didn't go down, it was just up. Why? Give me other reasons. Why are you here? Your hand's still up, man. Looking at you. Why are you here? The other people. Shout it out. Tell me why you're here. Here for Kenny Sebastian, okay. Okay. Yeah, no. Dirty fellow he's. Thanks. Oh, thanks. Why else? Why else are you here? You're here to be inspired. You're here to have fun. Arnab, you're here for Arnab. Bangalore wants to know. You're here for Beatbox. What else are you here for? Thanks, man. Thanks. I'll give you my number after this. So, I'm just going to be open about this. A lot of you will look at a musician like her and you'll be like, wow, that's amazing. I want to do that, right? You're going to look at a lot of people throughout the day. You have been looking at people for the last few days who are revolutionizing the way they're doing things and the world around us. But the point is, we do events like these to tell y'all to be the absolute best at what you do, right? Don't try and be someone else. Don't look at someone, suddenly get inspired and say, I want to be like that person. Because I think we're at that time where we're trying to make the best engineers, the best doctors, the best psychologists, and you can keep going on. The list goes on and on. So don't just look at someone, be inspired and be like, I'm going to drop this. I'm going to quit my college. That time's past, right? It was cool to be a startup. It was cool to be an entrepreneur. Right now, it's cool to be you, ladies and gentlemen. So I would strongly suggest find what it is to be you. And which is why I'd suggest you sit in those seats today to find who you are. This first lady, she actually needs no introduction. She went viral on the internet recently. Her life changed when she was 17 years old. I'm just going to call out her name and request her to kindly take stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a warm round of applause, requesting Reshma to kindly take stage. Kindly have a seat, please. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. She walked the ramp at the New York Fashion Week, which changed our perspective on a lot of things. Thank you so much for being with us. This second gentleman, he's 12 years old. His name's Adi Dev. Requesting him to kindly take stage. He's 12 years old. And he's a certified free diver and an advanced scuba diver already. Massive round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Clap for him. And by the way, he's really, really nervous right now. You were nervous. No? Don't anymore. Lie. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Come on, make some noise for him, please. And this third man stepping up on stage is our very own Bangalore boy. He's been a host, one of the hosts of the Under 25 Summit. This happened last year, right? He was one of the hosts. And recently, no, not me. Someone's pointing at me. And recently, like a boss, this man goes on air and he announces in the coolest of ways that he and his wife are having a baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sriram Sulia. Make a lot of noise for him. Come on, make a lot more noise for him. Yeah. Over to you all.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the Under 25 Summit. Oh gosh, the host in me can't stop. Like Vineet said, last year, here I was hosting the Under 25 Summit. It's great to be amongst you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my panel members as well. Come on, let's hear it for them. And it's great to see you all here nice and early on a Sunday morning. So much better than sitting at home and watching Surya Vamsham on Set Max. And binge watching Netflix and chill or whatever it is. That's pretty popular right now. But guys, I think we'll first start off with Reshma Qureshi. This is a quick 5x3 session where each of us will have about 5 minutes to share what we do and how we do what we do. And Vineet will be back for a quick Q&A session. And the panel is going to be open. We want it to be as interactive as possible. This is the Under 25 Summit. By the end of the day, I want to hear some noise before we start the session. However, hashtag I am. Keep that love going.
हाय, मेरा नाम रेशमा बानो कुरैशी है। मैं एक एसिड अटैक सर्वाइवर हूँ। मेरे साथ में अटैक 19 मई 2014 में हुआ था। जब मेरे साथ में अटैक हुआ तो मुझे बहुत पेन वगैरह हुआ। 8 घंटे के बाद मेरा ट्रीटमेंट शुरू हुआ, इतने लेट के बाद, और एकदम लाइफ चेंज हो गई थी। मैं सुसाइड करना चाहती थी। मैंने 3-4 बार सुसाइड करने के लिए भी कोशिश किया अपने आप को, और एकदम लाइफ चेंज हो चुकी थी मेरी। फिर मैंने धीरे धीरे करके मेक लव नॉट स्कार से जुड़ी रिया शर्मा से, तो उन्होंने मेरी बहुत हेल्प की। उन्होंने मुझे हिम्मत दी कि तुम ऐसा मत करो, बहुत सी लड़कियां हैं जो जीती हैं। तो जब से मेरे अंदर बहुत हिम्मत आ गई, फिर मैंने लोगों का बहुत सामना किया, क्योंकि लोग मुझे देखते थे तो बहुत अजीब अजीब सी बातें बोलते थे कि ज़िंदगी ख़राब हो गई, फेस ऐसा हो गया, सब कुछ। तो मेरी लाइफ एकदम ऐसा हो गई थी कि मतलब ज़िंदगी नहीं है। मैं अपने आप को एकदम ख़त्म करना चाहती थी, लेकिन मैंने ऐसा नहीं सोचा था मैं आगे जाके मेरे साथ में ऐसा होगा। फिर मैं एक कैंपेन से जुड़ी, फिर मेक लव नॉट स्कार। फिर उसके बाद मेरा एक वीडियो निकला था, ब्यूटी टिप्स बाय रेशमा। तो इसके वजह से मैं न्यूयॉर्क फैशन वीक में रैंप वॉक की। फिर मुझे बहुत अच्छा फील हुआ सब कुछ, और इतने बड़े स्टेज पे मैंने रैंप वॉक किया तो बहुत अजीब सा फील हो रहा था कि मैं कैसे करूँगी, लेकिन मैंने बहुत हिम्मत करके किया, क्योंकि मेरा एक फेस ऐसा, और उसके बाद मैंने ये भी नहीं सोचा मेरा फेस ऐसा। मैंने बहुत हिम्मत करके किया कि मैं आज अपने लिए नहीं, सब लड़कियों के लिए कर रही हूँ, जिनके साथ नहीं हो, जिनके साथ नहीं हुआ है, मैं सबके लिए कर रही हूँ। तो मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि प्लीज़ आप लोग सबको एक ही नज़र से देखो। जैसे आज हम लोग के साथ में बुरा होता है, तो प्लीज़ किसी को ऐसा मत कहिए कि उनके साथ में बुरा हो गया है, या उनको कुछ गलत कहिए कि उनको तकलीफ हो, क्योंकि जिसके साथ में होता है उसको ही पता चलता है कि बहुत सी तकलीफ उठानी पड़ती है। तो मेरा यही एक कहना है कि प्लीज़ आप किसी को भी कुछ गलत अल्फाज में बोलो। हम भी एक लड़कियां हैं, आप जैसे आप सब हैं ऐसे हम भी हैं, तो हमें अलग तरीके से ना देखे, सबको एक ही तरीके से देखे। और मेरा यही कहना है कि एसिड को बैन करवाया जाए, ये चीज़ ना हो, क्योंकि मैं एक लड़की हूँ, मेरे साथ में हुआ है तो मैं दूसरी लड़की की जान सकती हूँ कि कैसा हो सकता है, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत तकलीफ सही है लाइफ में, बहुत ज़्यादा। अब जाके मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि मतलब मैं ये सब चीज़ कर रही हूँ, मुझे बहुत अच्छा फील होता है।
Right. Thanks so much, Reshma. Over to Wade now, before we throw it open for a small Q&A as well. Yes, over to Adi, my bad, ladies and gentlemen. So, I guess I'm more nervous than you are. So, okay. You all know about Adi, however. He is wearing his really cool scuba diving t-shirt, and a whole lot of people have been coming up to him and asking him about scuba diving and a whole lot of tips as well. You finished your open water course, and then you finished your advanced course as well. Yeah? All right, over to you, man.
Hi, everyone. Do you know me? Yes or no? Okay, for those of you who don't know, my name is Adidev Pradat. I'm 12 years old, and I will be talking to you today about scuba diving and conservation of the ocean. A few years ago, I was given this choice, like my classmates, to either get a smartphone or go for a diving trip each year. I picked the latter, which was diving, and diving now was not just an adventure, but it was the turning point of my life. It helped me discover myself and my purpose on this planet. It's helped me find peace, it's helped me coexist, it's taught me many things that include discipline and interacting with nature and treating nature properly. And it's not something that you can just affect like how us humans have been affecting the earth. The thing about scuba diving that I like is the life underwater, the feeling of not belonging, the sense of feeling weightlessness is what gives me a high, and Being an advanced scuba diver, night diver, a free diver, this has given me a high to and the desire to appreciate and protect the ocean. And I would like to give it up for my grandmother. She went scuba diving at 72 years old. 72 years old, she went diving. Now, there's no place on the planet where you find more life than in the ocean. Not even your tropical Amazon rainforest. And the ocean's ecosystem starts from plankton, which is microscopic, till the bigger animals like sharks and whales. The ecosystem is very delicate and like a house of cards. Each card plays an extremely vital and important role to keep the house standing. Like that, the most important are plankton and sharks. Now, many people think that sharks are these mindless killing machines, like how they're portrayed in movies like Jaws and many others. The truth is that most of them are timid and shy, while others are curious or social. As a matter of fact, I've been diving with sharks for 2 years. And I've not lost any fingers or toes with any of it. And so shark attacks are extremely rare, and fatalities are even more so. In fact, you're 10 times more likely to be killed by a vending machine falling on you than a shark attack. So next time you're at the beach, watch out for sneaky vending machines. So now sharks have been in our oceans for 450 million years. That's thrice before the dinosaurs. Before any animal ever came onto the land, sharks dominated and ruled the oceans. Humans have only discovered 3% of our oceans. 97% is still left to be discovered. Sharks are not mindless, but they're extremely complex and intelligent. And 70% of our Earth's surface is covered by our oceans, and we've been destroying it recklessly. In the case when a shark attack does occur, it's a case of mistaken identity. A surfer or a swimmer from below portrays that, the silhouette portrays that of a yummy seal or turtle, where as the shark approaches, after it bites, before it bites, it closes its eyes to prevent injury to its eyes. So the shark takes a bite of what turns out to be not on its menu, a human, and it eventually lets go. But a human getting bitten by a shark, let's be honest, that's definitely going to kill you even if it's a test bite. Now back to humans. Some of our worst effects on our planet have been habitat loss to our nature due to littering and construction of buildings, etc. And shark finning. Sharks are caught every second. 9 sharks are caught and killed right now. And ever since we humans have set foot on Earth, we've constantly been altering and changing the laws and rules of nature and forcing nature to adapt rapidly. Okay. 70% of sharks each year, which are 150 million get killed each year, are killed because of shark finning, and 30% due to bycatch and habitat loss. Sharks are friends, not fins. The shark finning is the process in which it's a Chinese trade where a shark is caught, its fins are cut off, where 95% gets thrown back into the ocean, the rest of the body. Whereas humans, only 10 to 12 people get killed each year. So I wanted to share about this documentary. Some scientists from Discovery Channel went to Greece to film the wildlife there. So before they went scuba diving, their Scottish dive instructor he just said, "Oh boy, you lad, I'm going to show you more than 10,000 jellyfish over here. Yeah, not to worry, nothing at all. I'm going to show you 10,000. I'm going to show you tons." And turns out when they went there, what they found were nothing but plastic bags, buckets, and cars underwater. And what all, there were oil spills and many other things. I'd like to conclude, and nearing the end of my talk, I'd like to say that we need to protect all forms of nature, not even the oceans, but our forests and other forms of nature like deserts, etc. So remember, the more you know, the more you experience, the less you'll fear. Stay curious, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for my little man here. Wasn't he awesome? Thank you. Thank you for telling us that sharks are nothing but just big fishes.
Yeah.
You remove the teeth, and then I'd be a little less scared. But yeah, I've done my open water course, and there's so much more for me to learn from this little man here, 12 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him one more time. All right, we're almost out of time. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Sriram Sulia. I'm a clown on the radio. And here I am to talk about consistently doing what you do. So I've been doing radio for about 10 years now. I started out with All India Radio. How many of you know All India Radio? You guys know of All India Radio. It's a place where you can actually store a nuclear bomb because there's hardly any radioactivity that happens. But honestly, great place to start off with. And then once I was through with my stint when I was studying in college, this radio station called Radio Indigo, who are the official radio partners for the Under 25 Summit, they offered me a job. I was with them for a good 5 years, and now I'm currently working with a Bollywood radio station called Fever 104 FM. Danish Seth will be joining us in just a little bit. He's part of my show. We do plenty of prank calls together, and over the last 10 years, I've figured out that pleasing everyone is the hardest job in the world. It's so much more easier to offend everyone. And you have way more fun doing it. But guys, so I'm here to quickly tell you that consistency in what I do is something that I'm here to tell you guys about. Doing radio for the last 10 years, here's a few little things that I would want to share with you guys. One, how many of you have heard the radio and gone, I can do this job. I can nail this job. Raise of hands. Come on, you don't have to be shy. Yes. So many of you. Okay. How many of you have heard the radio and gone, isn't this supposed to be a hobby? What he's doing on the radio right now, I can't believe somebody is getting paid to actually do this. Yes, yes. So here's the thing. Those of you who raised your hand, I will give you your shot at doing radio. You come to the studios with me. Let's go on air together. After your first broadcast, what will you come back with the next day? What will you come back with after a week of being a broadcaster? What will you come back with after doing a month of broadcasting? What will you do after doing 1 year of broadcasting on the radio? So I guess what I'm trying to say here is it's great when what it is that you're trying to achieve meets with a monetary goal. I guess that's the best of both worlds that you can try and achieve. For those of you who want to try out radio, for all you know, you could be better than me in doing a radio broadcast. And you'll never know it unless, of course, you try it, right? So feel free to dabble with whatever it is that you want to try out, because there's an ocean of opportunities. I'm sure Adi here would agree as well. In terms of right from media to whatever it is that you want to try out, because here's what being a radio broadcaster in today's world means. And this is something that I want to lay a whole lot of emphasis on. being a radio broadcaster in today's world means that you need to, one, be ready to face the camera, because radio is no longer just an auditory medium. Our breakfast jock wakes up in the morning at 5 o'clock and applies makeup. And you're wondering why, because there are cameras all over the place. So you need to face the camera. Two, you need to be an opinion maker with a very strong social media influence. You need to be out there putting out your opinions as much as possible. Three, you need to be seen at the right places, hanging out with the right people, like here I am with you guys at the Under 25 Summit. And you'll need to be an influencer. So I guess all of these jobs combined into one is what being a radio broadcaster means in today's world. And I'd love for you to be part of it, because we are on the lookout for some crazy talent. And I know so many of you want to try out being a YouTuber, being out there on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat. How many of you on Snapchat here? Okay. My grandma is on Snapchat, thanks to this gentleman called Tanmay Bhat. And her favorite filter is that old lady filter, because that makes her feel young. But no, guys, I'm on Snapchat as well. Do follow me. That's not why I joined Snapchat, however. But I'd love to interact with you guys as well. Over to Vineet. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Vineet.
So before we move on to the questions, we're going to have runners come up to you. All you have to do is put your hand up in the air, and they will hand over a mic to you. We don't have too much time, so we're going to do 2 questions for each person on stage. All right, a request to the audience. If you're asking questions to Reshma, we'd request you to ask the questions in Hindi. All right? Thank you. Okay, over to you all. Questions. You put your hand up in the air, and the person will walk up to you. They're a little nervous. They're all looking at each other right now.
Yes, we have.
Okay, we're going to start with this gentleman, and then we'll go to that gentleman there, and then the lady. Do we have a mic? Okay, we can start there. We can start there. Could we turn his mic on, please?
Switch on his mic, please.
Okay, while we sort that out, we are going to go to you. You talked about not making everyone happy. It's so difficult to make everyone happy. We're going to talk very specifically about one of your campaigns where you went around Bangalore spraying people with a water can when they were smoking. How many of you saw that video? Quite a few of them, right? So, and you made a lot of people angry. Not in the video, but online. So could we talk about that, please?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Beneath is talking about a small anti-tobacco, World No Tobacco Day campaign where we thought maybe we need to step it up one notch. We got hold of a couple of water cannons. Whosoever was smoking, we ended up just spraying water at them.
And it was funny. You did it in a funny sort of a way, right? You laughed and you sprayed. Hey, hey.
It's not funny for the smokers.
But they laughed.
I'm sure none of the smokers would agree. They would be like, this is private, this is invasion of privacy, what the hell are you doing? We got a whole lot of backlash, yes. Okay. But taking a look at the context of what we tried to do there, the message was, guys, smoking is not cool. By the end of the day, that was the message that we were trying to put across. And have you seen any of the Jalal videos out there? How many people get offended by those videos? I rest my case.
Can we go to you, sir? The mic's still not working. Someone doesn't like him. Just saying. Could you step forward if you don't mind? Could you just make your way through the gap here?
Thank you. I wanted to ask a question to you. Considering like I've done my open water too, and I had a really bad experience when I went diving because the corals were all dead due to global warming, as you said. Now, I just want to ask you, how much time did it take you to finish all those courses that you did throughout? I mean, considering you started off so young, and what challenges did you face as a youngster trying to go into diving?
The only challenge I faced is trying to get my parents to help me go diving more often. But they've been very nice to me and they've been answering it and letting me go dive often. So Yes, there's not been too many challenges.
How long did it take you to finish? I think was one of his questions.
My open water course, it took me around 4 to 5 days. And my advanced course, it took me about the same amount of time, 3 days actually.
Do you know how much it cost you?
Dad.
Just checking. Is your family in the audience, by the way?
Yes.
Could the family please stand up? Could you just stand up? The entire family. A huge round of applause to them, please. It's awesome that you're supporting him doing all of this. I think a few of us are feeling a little annoyed right now that our parents didn't do this for us. Is that the grandma, by the way?
I was taken to Tirupati during my holidays.
How much did it cost? We're going to throw the question to the family. About 1 lakh. Okay. It's either you're really rich or you really love him. One of the two.
You know, it sounds very expensive, but otherwise we sort of merge it with the family vacation in any case per annum every year. And the cost is towards the flight, accommodation, you know, and everything else. But as far as the course is concerned, it's not too expensive. And here is the solution for everyone if you really want. In Maldives, there's a friend of mine who runs a course. I don't want to say too much, but it's so cheap because people think Maldives is about 1,000 USD per night. Here you get it for $110 per night, right? So those of you who really are keen can reach out to Adi and he'll tell you who it is. And your flight, you have a direct flight from Bangalore to Maldives. So it's cheap, easy, breezy. It's really cool. And everybody can do it. Everybody can.
You can see people having conversations with each other. It's either about what you just told them, talk to them about, or about your voice. You have a very nice voice. About the voice, right? Some of the ladies are going... Just saying. Okay, questions. Serious questions. So serious summit. Yes. Come forward. Come here. Use my mic. Now you have to run quickly. Come on. Hey, come on, man. Run. He doesn't care.
Yeah, so... first of all, like, my question and, like, small statement I'd like to make towards Adi. First of all, like, it's like, I can't believe how he can just talk to so many people here. I myself, someone who's now going to touch 19, I can't talk to so many people here. So, like, I admire you, man, to be so confident and talk to so many people here. So, I'd like to, my question is, as someone who, like, reads up about the environment and not just reading about the ocean itself, it scares me how much I don't know, how dangerous it is. How did you overcome that fear, especially since you're so much younger than I am? So that's my question. How did you overcome the fear of the ocean? Or did you ever fear the ocean itself? That's it.
I've never feared the ocean because... What is there to fear? No. What do you fear about the ocean?
Sharks are mermaids to this guy.
What do you fear about the ocean?
What I fear is how vast, how empty, and how easily you can get lost in it. And there are so many things you don't know about it. That's my fear about the ocean. I'm insignificant compared to it.
In fact, it's not empty. In fact, at 10,000 feet deep, you find creatures like fireflies that will light up the whole place. And I wanted to say, by the end of my talk, over 18,000 sharks have been killed already. So, I had to finish that.
Yeah, you just had to finish that. Okay, so we have one question available for Sriram and 2 questions available for Reshma. If you have a question, let's give it to the lady there. The lady at the back, please. Next to you, the person standing next to you. Or you don't have a question. Why were you putting your hand up? Okay, could you step forward, please?
हाय रेशमा, हम मोरलेस हम सबको आपके पास्ट के बारे में पता है, लेकिन हमें जानना है कि आप अपने फ्यूचर के साथ क्या प्लान कर रही हैं. एंड ऑल्सो आप बहुत सारी लड़कियों, नॉट जस्ट लड़कियों लड़कों, सबके लिए बहुत बड़ी इंस्पिरेशन है.
मैं यही चाहती हूँ कि जैसे मेरे साथ में हुआ है ऐसे किसी के साथ में ना हो. तो मैं यही चाहती हूँ, मैं एसिड को बैन करवाना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे साथ में जो हुआ है वो बहुत सी लड़कियों के साथ में हुआ है. तो बहुत सी लड़कियां हैं, जैसे आज मेरे साथ में भी एक लड़की आई है, वो बैठी है, उनके साथ में भी एसिड अटैक हुआ है. वो दोनों आँख से नहीं देख पाती हैं. तो मुझे आज मैंने उनको देखा तो मुझे बहुत दुख हुआ, बहुत तकलीफ हुई कि आज हम दुनिया देख रहे हैं, सब कुछ देख रहे हैं, आज वो दुनिया कुछ भी नहीं देख पा रही हैं. तो मेरा यही कहना है कि मैं यही करूंगी लाइफ में कि मैं एसिड को बैन करवाऊंगी और कभी ये चीज नहीं होने दूंगी किसी के ऊपर.
Thank you. We have a question there.
Check. Hello, Sriram. I heard that you said you are the radio clown. And I often wonder, how do you come up with your content? Because it is so hard to make people laugh. I personally do it on a day-to-day level. But how do you come up with the content?
Right. So that's the thing, right? What I was telling you about, the first time you do it, it's all about getting a feeler, like the way he goes scuba diving. You get the feel of the water and what it's like to broadcast. Because truth be told, you're inside the studio and you don't see absolutely anyone. You're just talking to a mic. Whereas you know you're reaching out close to about 36 lakh or more people in Bangalore city. Opinionating, listening to everything that you're saying. And people are so quick in judging and commenting whatever little thing that you have to say. And I love it when you do these little mistakes of saying anything on air, because that's when our phone lines start going crazy. And they just want to tell you that, hey, what you said, this happened on the 12th, did not happen on the 12th. It happened on the 13th. All right, great. Sarav Ganguly, he is from this place. And, you know, so people tend to listen to you with a whole lot of attention. And what comes out of your mouth is taken very, very seriously. And in today's context, considering our country, considering India, I was telling you it's not really hard to offend anyone, because something you say is not sitting right with somebody or another. It's my opinion. There is no way it can match with everyone's opinion who's tuned in out there. That's what makes for interesting radio. But been doing radio for so long, if every day we don't do something interesting, it really doesn't add up. So I have built a team in my radio station. I have my line of producers with whom we sit and have meetings. And every day, if we don't do something that lets us go back home and go, man, today's day has not been worth it, then it's really not worth the broadcast. So that's the idea by the end of the day. Because people who are tuned in on the other end, I know there are tons of ads. I know that's the bread and butter to the radio station. But when you listen to me, to make it worthwhile, make it worth your time, and there's no escaping. Considering the amount of Bangalore traffic that there is no escaping. So that's the reason when a whole lot of content gets mixed up with whatever day-to-day activity is happening around us. And there's so much to talk about. Bangalore city, it's the melting pot of so much of content. And over the last 3 months, there's so much of drama happening with our country. It makes for great radio. We broke the demonetization news as soon as we heard it first. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi was talking about it, and we ended up just relaying it on the radio, and people started going berserk. So the medium is really quick, just like social media out there, and want to make it worth your time. That's the whole idea that gets into it. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Sriram. Okay, we have time for one last question with Reshma. Let's give it to the lady there.
Hi रेशमा, आप बहुत सुंदर हो. मेरे को आपसे एक क्वेश्चन करना है कि जब आपके साथ ये चीज़ हुई थी तब सबसे ज्यादा पेनफुल आपको क्या लगा था? जो दर्द आपके चेहरे पे था या जिस तरीके से आपको एक्सेप्ट किया गया था? आपके फ्रेंड्स और फैमिलीज का क्या रिएक्शन था?
फैमिली तो मेरी बहुत अच्छी है, उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट किया, फ्रेंड्स ने भी बहुत सपोर्ट किया। सबसे ज्यादा दुख यही था कि सिर्फ पब्लिक नहीं सपोर्ट करती थी और वो देख के अजीब अजीब सी बातें बोलती थी। सिर्फ यही दुख लगता था कि इन लोग को ही सपोर्ट करना चाहिए और ये लोग ही ऐसा बोलते हैं। तो बहुत ही ज्यादा तकलीफ होती थी और जितना पेन नहीं दर्द होता था, जितना मैं हॉस्पिटल जाती थी तो मैं अपना फेस कवर करके जाती थी, क्योंकि लोग की बातें सुनना, जिंदगी खराब हो गई, ये बर्बाद हो गया सब कुछ, और ये सब सुन सुन के मैं अपने आप को 2-3 बार सुसाइड करने की भी कोशिश की। लेकिन मेक लव नॉट्स का रिया शर्मा, जो उन्होंने मुझे 3 घंटा बहुत समझाया, आज मैं उनके वजह से जी रही हूँ।
आई गेस वी ऑल आर ग्लैड कि आपने सुसाइड नहीं किया, क्योंकि आप एक्चुअल में बहुत सुंदर हो एंड इट्स रियली इंस्पायरिंग।
थैंक यू।
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this particular segment. Could you give them a huge round of applause, please? 3 fantastic people, very different stories coming together. One stage. This is the Under 25 Summit, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a massive round of applause to the 3 of them, please.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us. This next lady to take stage, she's an Indian model, an engineer, and a beauty pageant title holder from Karnataka. She won the Miss Supranational pageant of the year 2014 and became the first Indian to win the pageant. So ladies and gentlemen, give her a huge round of applause while we welcome her on stage. Please put your hands together. That huge round of applause means a clap, big clap. Yeah. This is Asha Bhat, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi guys. I'm the co-founder of the Under 25 Summit. My name is Shreyans Jain. Is everybody here having a good time? Firstly, just really want to know. Thank you. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Please, Asha. Today we have a very, very interesting guest on stage. We've been talking backstage for a little while. I was fortunate enough to get to know Asha a little better. So there are some things that people here already know about Asha. She has been crowned the Femina Miss India Supranational, and she has been a model and in the public figure from about 17 years of age.
Yes, it's been 17, but a lot of people don't know about it. They only know that my journey started from Miss Supranational. That was like 2 years ago.
Right.
But it started from the age of 17 while I was the Cadet Ambassador of India for SAARC Nations, because I was a part of National Cadet Corps.
Yes.
And
so these are things that I actually want to concentrate on today. We've got a lot of things that you know about her, and there are things that I want to concentrate on specifically because I really want the audience to know about things that we've been discussing about, which is so interesting. So she is also multifaceted. Apart from her incredible skills on the ramp, we also have a ton of things that she has been doing otherwise. And I want to actually discuss some of the things, Asha, that we were talking about. From 17, when you actually began, prior to that, there was also a lot of hustle, right? There were also a lot of things that you were doing to make sure that it leads to something. So that's something that I think everybody would want to know.
well, I've always been a very simple person. Like, I remember I was telling my dad, Papa, I want to learn how to shoot. So send me to a college which has a proper NCC and shooting arena so that I can learn how to shoot. And that was the main agenda for me to go to Alvas PU College in Mudbidre. And from then on, I went on to take part in Republic Day Parade in the year 2009. And post that, I was selected for this thing called YEP, that's Youth Exchange Program. And I headed my Indian contingent of 10 people. And I'm trained from Sri Lankan Military Academy. And I was 17 at that point of time. And my life changed completely.
Just sorry, 1 second. I have no idea what to say. Sorry.
Was celebrating. That's the best part. Not the crown, not the sash. I think my people were crying for me, were clapping for me, and were there for me throughout. And that's something that I've earned in the journey. And I want people to know, hold on to your roots. That's when you'll reach amazing success.
And I think that's so important, right? I think the fact that you brought up to believing and making it happen, it becomes so important for people to know that you've got a certain goal that you're trying to achieve. It could be in the public face. It could be something that you are doing by yourself. It could be in pretty much any creative industry even. I think the more important part that you were also trying to bring up is the fact that it is very important to believe in yourself.
It's important to believe in yourself, and also I have read it somewhere and then I realized it very late. It's important to be 1% good in 1,000 fields rather than be 1,000% good in one single field. If you have the potential in you to make sure you have a global personality, it's always important to be 1% good in 1,000 fields so that you're an all-rounder, you know everything. Because I don't believe degree gives you what you need to learn or something.
And you can say that with experience, right?
Yes, I'm saying it with my experience, my failures. Not many people know, like, my mom used to tell me, like, even if you have to sweep the floor, make sure that you don't find an ounce of dust. That's the way you should be working, no matter what field it is. And all I know is that you have to work hard. Like, even for engineering, I took a year drop because after coming back from Sri Lankan Military Academy, I 1 month to prepare for my board exams, and right from my warden, my parents, my teachers, they've worked equally hard with me. And after that, I wanted to take up engineering. I have a family full of doctors, like 14 doctors in my family. And
how does that feel, though?
Oh, that feels great. I feel like a black sheep. So, and yeah, so my dad.
It's a good problem to have, I'm assuming. Everybody in a certain space, and they've seen you succeed in another space. Because otherwise what happens, and especially what happens with us, the people in the creative industry, is until you make it, you're actually like, why are you even trying this? This is so out of place. You should just join family businesses.
No, my parents were never like that. You know, I was doing my engineering, I was giving my semester exam, and my dad is like, I think, Maga, you're tall. You should try for Femina Miss India. I was like, hey? Like, out
that was
of,
a good place to start.
From boots to heels, from uniform to LBDs, you want me to walk in 5 inches heels? Papa, I cannot do it. He's like, you have a thought process. You're different. I think you need a platform to showcase your talent, so go for it. You know, my parents filled up the form for me.
That goes on to say a lot, right?
And he was so confused. He calls me and he's like, what's your height? I said, Dad, 5'8". Like, okay, bye. So I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm filling up the form for Femina Miss India. And they were watching YouTube videos. Okay, your knee is not straight, your hand is not straight. You know, your posture should be proper. I was like, man, if you have so much enthusiasm, then I rather put in my 1,000% because I have to do it for you. I have to do it for you guys.
And that is so important. And I'd like to bring this up, and I'd like to bring this up with our audience as well today. We have seen, even with putting the Under 25 Summit together, we have seen people work their heart out, people with the kind of passion, the kind of enthusiasm they have in putting this together. And I think at the end, the take back, the result, has been the fact that that enthusiasm shows. People show up, people have a good time. We hope that people have a good time, and that's what we try and do. But I think the more important part is that enthusiasm shows. And that enthusiasm, not just here, not just with the team, but people like you, and that's something that everybody's got to learn from. So, absolute inspiration, like a loud round of applause, guys.
And also, I want to say one more thing, which is, it's never too late to start. Like, I missed IIT with 1 mark even after repeating it for a year. I was depressed, but then again, I came back to RVC, Electronics and Communication. It was not bad. I was enjoying myself. And post that, Miss India happened. My option B was to join the armed forces if this doesn't work out. But then my life transformed completely. And when I participated in Femina Miss India, in the Jan, I was rejected because they said, okay, you're way too healthy. I think you should prep up and come back again. Yes, I agree, because I was very raw. I didn't know exactly. But in the same year, December, I judged Femina Miss India Delhi.
So, Asha, tell us a little bit about how it must be so emotionally jarring, right? You're not just being a public face. I know that you are constantly
in a space where people are looking at you, people need to see you in a certain light. Dealing with that and those kind of situations, it must be slightly emotionally jarring. And how do you deal with those things? Because a lot of our attendees and a lot of our guests would like to know that.
I think the number one thing that comes in my mind when you say a public figure is criticism. And that's something that we need to learn. What is a constructive criticism and what is a negative criticism? When I was prepping up for my pageant, my teachers used to tell me, okay, your walk is not up to the mark. Okay, that's constructive criticism. And I used to see people commenting on my Facebook page and Instagram, oh, aankhein choti hai, naak moti hai. I was like, what can I do about it? I have to work it out the way I am confidently beautiful. I don't have to worry about my eye or my skin or my nose. That is negative criticism. And my parents, my family, and my own self, you should always have the demarcation about a constructive criticism. You take it, you observe and absorb. Negative criticism, just leave it. That's it. That's the most important thing when you're a public figure or you want to become somebody, if you want to inspire somebody, just chuck negative criticism. Take what is constructive, which is very, very important.
I'm so glad we got to have this conversation with everybody else, because I genuinely think that there are sides to people that a lot of people see and a lot of people show, for example. But there are parts of people that you don't know. And don't discount that for anybody or anything, because that becomes so important, right? You don't know a side to a person. Make sure that you empathize with that too, and keep that in mind when you're either judging people or you're making a perspective about someone.
I would say never judge people. You don't know their side of the story. It's always important to be patient. Never ever judge anybody at first pace. Because you don't know what's the background story or what's happening behind. It's always good to give benefit of doubt to the other person and be patient, be calm, and see how things goes. That's very important.
So much to learn from Asha. We're going to have a longer conversation after this is done with. But after, I would love to have people from the audience ask any questions to Asha if there are any.
Okay, I see your hand there.
Can somebody mic up?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm in the NCC right now.
Okay.
And you know what you say about the modeling industry and armed forces? It's like two opposite sides of the... it's just two opposite sides. How did you have to choose between the modeling industry and the armed forces later?
I never had to choose. I'm one person who goes with the flow. That's what I said. No matter what I undertake, I make sure I give in my 100%. That's why I have been in these different kinds of fields, not just engineering, not just modeling, not just NCC. No matter what, even coming day, if you tell me you have to do this thing, and if I think, okay, I have it in me and I have to do it, I'll give in my 100%. And what is more important is that you carry these 4 Ds of life, 4 dimensions that I say: desire, dedication, determination, and discipline. If you have these 4, no matter what field it is, you'll always be successful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There are more questions there. Can we have the lady in front, please?
Hi.
Hi.
It was really good listening to you talk about your journey.
Thank you.
What I wanted to ask you is, as a model, there's a lot of misconceptions that you must be facing from the public. So I sort of wanted you to sort of talk about how modeling isn't just about, looking pretty and wearing nice clothes and walking around, and how there's a lot of technique, not only to modeling, but also building a personality and building confidence behind, your facade.
Yeah, see, I would say like any profession for that matter takes in a lot of hard work. It's never too easy. You have to look always prim and proper. You have to be on time. You have to maintain that you're healthy. You have to be presentable, because you're a public figure. People look up to you. Okay, we cannot be like, okay, no, now that I'm a public figure, okay, and I can roam around the way I want, I can talk like the way I want. That's not the case. And we work 18 hours a day if it's a show or anything for that matter. Doing your hair and makeup itself takes 3 hours. If it's just a hoarding, beautiful hoardings that you see outside, that takes lots of hard work. And it's a team effort. It's not just the model. Your hair and makeup artist, your photographer, your editor, it takes everything. It's a teamwork that happens. And misconceptions, I would say it's something that people are assuming outside. But me being in the industry, I can say, if you have the passion, if you think you have it in you, I think this is the best field to be in. If you want to voice your choices, this is the best field to be in. If you want to be a global icon, that's the best field to be in. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have time for one more question? Okay, I think we're done on time. Sorry, please, go on.
So you're studying in RV College when you won Miss Supranational, and the day you would have won, probably like your social media page and your profile would have hit the roof and everybody would start messaging you. How was the sudden change you felt? And somebody from RV College won and everybody, like all the juniors, like, oh, your senior won and things like that. And how was the feeling and how was the experience?
Starting from first year, people used to call me Auntie Ji, come inside. And after I won Supranational, oh, the diva is here. Oh, the diva is here. My teachers were like, Ma, what are you doing now? I think you should go there and, enjoy your success for a little bit. But I wanted to know, okay, when's my Viva? What's happening? Because I was away from my college for like 2 months. But the change actually, the feeling of, okay, I am Miss Supranational and I've won it, it didn't sink in at that point of time. I was the same daughter, I'm the same sister, I irritate my sister, and all my characteristics were just the same. But then, in the process, I got to know, okay, there's another facet to it and I have to build on to it because now I have a public life and I have a personal life to myself, which I have to guard it very well.
Which I think is a super important lesson to learn, I guess, which is, like you said earlier, be really, really grounded to your roots. Yeah. There are some people who are going to be helpful, be grateful. These are the people who've made you. These are the people who make it count and make your hard work count as well. The support system, the inner circle, all of these things become way more important than everything else that there is. The goals keep coming, the goals keep changing.
And it's never too late to start. Age is just a number.
Yeah, under 25 is an emotion, not an age. So. But I'm so glad we had this conversation. It was so fun talking to you.
Pleasure.
It was so fun having you here as well. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm hoping that everybody in the audience had a good time as we did.
No, thank you. Thanks a lot for calling me here. It's pleasure being here. It's pleasure to see all these wonderful audience and such inquisitive minds. I used to be like this, 3-4 years ago. Be
and
TEDx
I think that
or
should
anything
never
for
change.
That matter.
I think that part should never change about somebody.
Never change. Keep the child in you alive. Age is just a number. It's never too late to start. And don't give up. Have Asha. Have hope.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Asha Bhat and Shreyans Jain. Please put your hands together for them. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Radio Indigo and Asianet Newsable stage. Our sponsors, hospitality partner Tribo Hotels, food partner Fresh Menu, curation partners Overture, Tramania, Stage 42, Youth Ki Awaaz. Radio Indigo and Asianet Newsable presents the Under 25 Summit Bangalore 2017, co-powered by International Institute of Digital Technologies and Colors Infinity. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are sitting at India's biggest youth festival. This is the Under 25 Summit 2017. Can you please make some noise? As we set up for the next session, I'm going to request everyone to kindly remain seated. Kindly remain seated, please. We're going to have conversations with you all while they set up on stage. Could we take the music down a little? Down a little. Mr. Vinod, could we take the music down a little? Down. So hello, can we have some lights on in the audience if possible? Thank you. Hi. Everyone's awake? Everyone's here? Perfect. How many of you have been here for 4 days? This is your 4th day. Put your hand up in the air. Okay? How many of you have been here for 3 days? Put your hands up in the air. 2 days. And your first day at the festival? The majority. Very nice. Musicians in the crowd, put your hands up in the air. Okay. Artists, put your hands up in the air. Okay, so when I say artist, what kind of art do you do? You paint. Could we cut the volume if you don't mind? Yeah, thanks. I can't hear you all. Photographer. Okay, so photographer. He's a beatboxer. Looking at you. Okay. Very interesting. You know what we did earlier? We said hello to the person next to us, right? There are lots of new people who have walked into the crowd. So could we do this once again? We're going to look to our left and our right. This guy's like, hey, come on, man. Like, who does this, man? Like, let me rub my forehead. I'm looking at you. You think I didn't see you there? I'll meet you after this. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you come to events like these to network, right? You come to events like these to meet new people. You're here to learn. So we're going to change this a little bit. We're going to change this. We're all going to stand very quickly. We're going to stand. No, we're not going to stand. Oh, no. Come on, stand up. Under 25, it seems. Useless. Slap them. Okay, now you're going to turn around and you're going to say hello to the person behind you, next to you. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull out our phones and we're going to click a picture with this person. If you've clicked a picture with this person already, you're going to find someone else. You're going to ask this person's name and then you're going to click a picture. All the people abusing me, I'm looking at you. I can see you, dirty fellows. Click a picture with them, upload the picture. We're on Instagram. The hashtag is IamUnder25. Put it up on Facebook. Remember, the hashtag is IamUnder25. If you also find something else interesting in this venue, feel free to click a picture of that, put it up. Done. Everyone can kindly have a seat. Thank you very much. Lots of unhappy people here. It's not cool. So this next artist taking stage, she's been in the music circuit for a really, really long time, ladies and gentlemen. She is a veteran musician here in Bangalore. Well known for showing up for the first ever season of the stage that premiered on Colors Infinity. She's one of their premier artists, ladies and gentlemen. Make a lot of noise for Kenisha Francis, please.
Hello. You guys, all of you look so lovely. Thank you. I wasn't told that you guys were so amazing. I was all like nervous. Should I be nervous? Are you sure? Do any of you have like tomatoes and eggs and stuff to throw? Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay, so good morning. And I'm Kenisha. I'm from Bangalore. I've been a Bangalorean all my life and I love this city. I love this city. I think the city has given us so much, yes? Absolutely. So, one of these days I got a call from the under 25 team and they said, Kenisha, would you be up for a talk? And I was a little skeptical in the beginning because I did not really know what to get out here and tell you guys. Because it's different, right? When you sing and when you speak. Yeah? How many of you musicians, I heard Vineet ask for musicians. All the musicians... I can't see you guys. Put your hands up. Like, awesome. Okay. Great. So I was a little skeptical, but they helped me. They gave me 3 topics to speak to you about. And quite honestly, all of these 3 topics are very, very, very close to me. Very close to me. And this is the first ever time that I'm going to try and talk about it. I've never spoken about it to more than, maybe... 4 or 5 people who are very, very near and dear to me, but this is the first time to so many people. So you in with me, yeah, with this? Okay. Before I tell you what the topics are, I'd like to give you a little backstory to the people who don't know me. I am a singer-songwriter, and I finished my 8th grade from the London College of Music. I am a Indian contemporary dancer from the Melbourne Dance School. And I'm also a senior business coach with HPE. I do that for a living too. And I love cooking. How many of you like cooking? Awesome! Give me a high five, virtual. Super. How many of you like cooking? Again. Boys, that guy's like, it's fine. How many of the men like cooking here? A round of applause to all of them, please. Come on. I think cooking is amazing. Yeah, so that. So here's a little bit about me. And let's just do this. I come from a middle-class family. Actually, a poor family. I was brought up, I'm the only child. And unfortunate or fortunate, the situation is, I was born very, very late to my parents after they got married. So my parents and I have always had this generation gap, and they've always been older than, my sense of responsibilities could be. Like everybody else, normally I went to Sacred Hearts Girls High School, and I went to Mount Carmel. Yes. However, my parents actually couldn't support me to continue my education in life. So I had to start working when I was 14 years old. I started cleaning houses and washing plates and babysitting. I'm a professional babysitter, guys. Professional. Like, just in case you need it in the future, call me. Yeah, so I started there, and then I moved to being a receptionist, and I took up jobs here and there because I needed to support the family. And my parents were already very old and ill. So I had to fund my education and take care of the family. So the harder side of life was served to me pretty early. Yeah. It's fine. I'm not complaining to the most part of it because it's taught me a lot. It's got me to where I am today. A lot of the things that have made me right now are the experiences that I've collected over all these years. However, when things were, kind of getting better, obviously music is the biggest healer in my life. We'll come to that. But when all of this was getting a little better, God took away my mother. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because one of my topics include that. She was the only best friend I've had through my life. We were girlfriends. We were not mother and daughter, and we'd do everything together. How many of the girls are like really close to their mothers? Best friends. How many of you talk to your mothers about boys? Awesome, man. That's awesome. Because my mother and I, this is the chat we have. When we're walking and we're shopping, and suddenly she looks at a hot guy, and she'll be like, babe, what do you think about that guy? I'll be like, Ma, just don't embarrass me. So we have talks like that, and I've grown up with a friend, literally, and not a mother. And she's all the strength I needed for the longest time. She still is, but she is all the strength I needed. But when when God took her away, I've been on my own since then, and I'm here trying to survive. I take care of my dad. My dad is also a heart patient, and he has Alzheimer's, so sometimes he doesn't know who I am. It's the literal truth. But the reason I'm mentioning this to you is because all of these situations in my life, or whatever I've been through so far, has given me the confidence and the sense of responsibility. So my sense of responsibility doesn't come because I learned it from somebody. It comes because I've been there. I've been doing it for the very, very, very long time. Yeah. So here we are to my topics. That's a little bit about me. My topics are, like Vineet said, I've been on the stage. How many of you have watched the stage? Very few. Okay. So the stage is a reality talent hunt. It's like The Voice, but it's for Indians doing English music. I was on the stage, season 1. I represented Bangalore. I was one of the top 20 vocalists in India on the show. Thank you. You must go and watch it. There's an amazing pool of talent on that. So that's my first topic. And the second one is, because I've been doing all of this, passion versus paying bills, of how that really is important. That's my second topic. And my third topic is how big an inspiration my mother is. So here's the thing that about my mom, I've never been able to speak to anybody apart from from 4 or 5 people. So I'm hoping that you and I can do this together. Yeah? Great. Okay, all good? Everyone's good? Later, when I finish my talk, I'm going to perform for you guys. And I've been told that you can move your chairs and start dancing. Are you okay with that? Oh, somebody said you were not energetic. Can we just say cheers to all of that? Okay, so when I was 7 years old, or 7, 8-ish, one day my mom comes up to me and she says, I want to ask you a really important question. And I don't think you should just neglect it. I want you to answer and think about it and answer. And then I said, yeah, go for it. And she said, Kenisha, what is the most important part of your body? The human body. Does anybody have an answer? You've got to be loud. I have a mic. You don't. Mind. Okay. Heart. Brain. Okay. Anything else? So I thought similarly, and I went up to my mother and said, that's a no-brainer, It's my heart, because it's the most important. I can feel things and I can do things, and it's because of my heart. And then she says, no, you can feel bad, you can feel good, but it's not helping everybody, so it's not the heart. And then I said, okay, the next answer would be my mind, because I can think from it, and my thoughts turn into actions. And she said, it's not the mind, because your mind can also cut things off and say things, not say things, do things, not do things. So I said, Ma, you know what, this is really boring right now. I don't really want to know. I'm just, let's do this another time. And she said, don't worry, take your time, but I want you to come back to me with an answer. So I was thinking about this, and I really wanted to get the answer right. In about 2 weeks, I went back to Mom, and I said, Ma, I think I found it. I think it's my eyes, because my eyes are the first things I use to see anything and to collect a situation and make anything into anything. And then she said, what about the blind people? They don't have anything for life. So then my ears are gone and my mouth is gone, and I'm like, okay, I really, really don't know. And she said, don't worry. Take time. Get to know what it is. About 3.5 months from then, my granddad passed away, and we were at the funeral, and this is the very, very, very first time I'm looking at my father cry. So my father's just in the corner and he's weeping. It's not even like tearing up. He's weeping, right? It's his dad. And the whole time I'm looking at him, and I go like, oh my God, I've never seen my dad, break down so much, and I want to be there for him. But I couldn't do much because, he has to go through that pain, whether we like it or not, yeah? So he was sitting, and then suddenly my mom, we finished the burial and we come back, and then my mom comes back to me and says, so now have you decided what the most important part of your body is? And I said, what's wrong with you? Like, are you even human? We're at a funeral, and the first thing and the most important thing that you use is your heart. Like, you feel the pain, and how can you say it's not your heart? And she says, no, you're feeling the pain. What are you doing about the pain? You're not doing anything about the pain. And I said, Ma, can you just tell me what this is? Let's just get to the bottom of this. And she says, you're hurt because you see your father crying so much. And that's when you realize the most important part of your body is your shoulder. It's a question mark on your faces. It was the same thing on my face. I was like, what? I mean, shoulder. What has the shoulder got to do with anything? And then she said, you love your father so much. You love the people in your family so much. You're feeling the pain of your granddad passing away. But you're sitting in one place and not really doing anything about it, Why can't you just go and give your shoulder to your dad and say that you're there for him? So it didn't make sense to me at that moment, but I think this is one teaching that I've had through my life with whatever I've been doing so far. And the only explanation she gave to me when we came back home was, most times in life, it's very easy to make friends. It's very easy to make acquaintances. We meet 1,000 people in our lives every other day. We're in college, we're at work, we do so many things. And at most times, we're all thinking about the same thing, that we want to be nice people. We want to, we want to be happy souls. We want to just spread cheer around. But when somebody is in need of the most slightest form of affection, we fail to be there for them. Because there's so many other emotions that involve in it. You know, we're unhappy about a few things in life. We're angry with them for something. We don't like them because they're competition. We're egoistic about a behavior and so many things, right? And it's just so difficult to just step out and say, hey, I'm there for you, you know, at any time. And for me, that shoulder was my mother. And when she went away, the only place I could shift my support system to from my mother, you know, she's irreplaceable. So from there, the only place I could shift it to was music. Yeah. And that's when music played such a big... Thank you. Thank you. So that's when music played such a big role in my life. I used to also do sad music. All artists, all musicians love doing sad songs. We love making people cry. But then I started thinking about this when I was trying to work on my original music and through life and whatever it's given me. Most times, whether we like it or not, even if it's men or women, we fail to admit it. If something really hurts us and something's really dragging us down, we hate to go back home and sit by ourselves and think about it and just cry it out and wake up the next minute and be fancy about life. Yeah? You agree? Most times, yes? You got to talk to me, guys. Yeah, maybe, sometimes, yeah. Hey, sometimes, right? But for me, that was the situation every day. Every day when I woke up, you know, it was me supposed to be a 22-year-old going to college and studying and trying to do justice there. And when I come back home, I've got to do justice in taking care of my parents because there was nobody else. And at this given point in time, life's not really a choice, right? And that's where my second topic comes in, where what's the value of choosing your passion over paying bills? Now, during the day, I work for HPE. I'm a senior business coach, like I told you. I train engineers. I'm a therapist also. So I train them day in and day out. I have a 365-day job. And this feeds me and my family. And I had to do it because I had to support my family. But there was just this one person who always told me from when I was little, because, you know, she knew that we had a rough life. And she was the only person who told me, study. I'm fine with your education. I'm fine with how you treat your books. I'm fine with what you want to do in life. Because I always wanted to be a trainer. And she kept saying, it's fine. But what's your passion? And one day, you know, we were just at a friend's wedding, family wedding. And there was this old-time orchestras. How many of you like the old-time orchestras still? They're so cool. So there was this band on stage, uncles with suit and a blazer and a tie and all of that, and playing such gorgeous music. And suddenly, my mom just holds my hand, takes me to the stage, and she says, I think she can sing, so just try her out. And I was like, what? I mean, what are you saying? I've never even sang. I've never practiced. I've never done anything. And this is when I was about 6 or 7 years old, around the same time. And the only song I know, don't judge me, guys. I was 7 when I did this. So the only song I knew at that time was, every night in my dreams I see you. And then I looked at the uncle and he said, darling, what would you sing? And I said, Uncle, I know Titanic. That's all, you know. So I sang for like 2 minutes. I was so nervous. My legs were literally shaking and I didn't know what I was doing. But that's when my mother realized that I could sing, maybe in the most subtle way. And then ever since, she's been pushing me and telling me, do whatever you want with life, but I want you to make sure, I want to make sure that you work on your passion. Passion is all the more important. And that's how music started for me. And she was the biggest inspiration. So through all of this, the only thing I kept thinking was, you know, my dad and mom, by the way, my dad's a carpenter. I'm proud to be the daughter of a carpenter. Very proud. Very, very proud. He's taught me all the skills I need to be perfect about what I'm doing. And my mom was a social worker. So she's always, you know, sometimes we've had these real crazy fights. I'll tell you about one fight that we've had, my mom and I. This is how we fight. Literally. No exaggeration. If I'm upset with her, the only thing I do, she's going to be in the kitchen, working, cooking, whatever. And the first thing I do is I run to the bathroom, I fill a bucket of water, I carry it as much as I can, and I come and I pour the whole thing over her. Wherever she is. Wherever. Even if she's wearing her best clothes, or she's in the kitchen, or she's in the bed. If we're upset and it has been 5 hours and we haven't made up yet, that's what we do to each other, you know. So, the reason I'd be upset is, for a very long time, I didn't understand what is the pleasure in doing so much social service. From morning 7 to evening 8, 9, she'd be out helping the sick, helping the poor people, going to hospitals and visiting them and praying for them and all of that. And then sometimes she had no time for me. And then I would say, what is the pleasure? You're not even earning from it. You're not letting me, you're not helping the family. You're not helping me. And then she only told me one thing. When there will be a day that one day you'll realize something about you actually transforms happiness into people. And when you find that element in your life, it's very, very hard to let it go. Because I saw this literally, guys. I know you've heard it before. Maybe a lot of your peers must have said this to you. We run behind money and possession and all of that, which is important. I agree. It's important for life. But everybody used to tell me, what are you doing all this for? When you die, you're not going to take back anything. Have you heard that? Yeah. And I'd be like, old statements, whatever. But when my mom died, and she was in the coffin box, right? She had this nose ring, like a really small nose ring, and her wedding ring on. This is the only two things that was there on her body. And it was there when we had her from the hospital and, she was with us. The body was there. But when she was in the coffin box and just before burial, they had to remove even that ring and that nose ring, right? And there's nothing else that you take back. But the only thing my mother collected was, I'm a Catholic, proud Catholic, staunch Catholic. When we have the ceremony where we take the body from the house to the church, we have a mass, and then we take her to the burial ground. So when we took her for mass, the only thing that I saw was, my family is about 150 to 200 people tops, but there were 5,000 people in church. And I was so proud of my mother that day, And that day she taught me one important lesson, that no matter how much you work, no matter how much you earn and how big your stature is or how famous you are and all of that, at the end of the day, it depends on how many people can truly feel you and stand by you and say, hey, you know what? We know that person, and that was amazing. And I want to walk that path. So I don't think as an inspiration this is ever going to die. It's going to live, and it's only making me stronger. Just when she passed away, I got a call from Colors Infinity. You guys watch the channel, right? Yeah. So I got a call from Colors Infinity, and they told me they have a show coming up like this. And Ehsan Nurani, one of the judges, he auditioned me, and I was chosen for the stage, me and 4 other people from Bangalore. So it is like any other reality show, but we were there, we were in Bombay, we shot the whole show. I went up to top 8, I think, from 20, and then I was eliminated for odd reasons. But yeah, 8 is fine, it's okay, right? Yeah, it's okay. A little bit about the stage and the kind of exposure. I think every artist in their own form is more than enough. I personally don't think you need a platform or you need a reality show or if people are here from Colors Infinity, please don't kill me. I'm just, saying. So I don't think you really need it, but yes, glamorous aspects like that do add to the exposure you get. So before the stage, I was still doing music. Maybe 10 people knew me before that, and after that, about 500 knew me. So that's something that it gave me in terms of exposure. And also, as a reality show artist, you get an easy win with the Bollywood industry and the industry that's set up in Bombay. So no matter what you do, you have people who are always there to take care of you and just help you, walk the steps and stuff like that. But what matters the most at the end of the day is how you walk in to a reality show. You have to be able to walk out the same way. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're running out of time. Last thing I'd like to say is The only thing I forgot to say that, I don't want to make sad music anymore. And it's only because I want to create happiness and cheer with everybody else. So I have my band here. Can we give a round of applause to my band? We're going to do did I tell you guys what my genre is? I love African music. I am black inside. Very. So Ajay on the guitar, Arjun on the flute, and Nikhil, he's hot. Yeah, he's single too. On the djembe. Oh, he's single too, and he's single too. I work with single men. Perks. Okay, so I'm going to give you my original because we don't have too much time. I got a little carried away talking to you guys. This is my original track. It is Latin, and it's called Tears. I wrote this for my mother. And through the song, the only meaning is that it's okay to cry. And it's fine. It's not a big thing to cry. Yeah, I hope you like it. Will you like it? Okay.
No more than a silhouette. Casket of the mermaid's tears. I'm trying to just keep it real. It's time to let it out. So let me cry. Let me cry. A few more seconds, one more touch, another fight that can just love. Life I've had to pay. Tears that speak my mind, but now I'm trying to just do enough. It's time to let it out. So let me cry. Let me cry. A few more seconds, one more touch, another fight. The men just love.
Thank you so much. We would have loved to give you another African song, but we don't have the time. Do we have the time? Do we have 2 minutes? We have 2 minutes? Do you want to listen to an African song? But I want you all to get up, and it's a very simple step. Quickly, quickly. We don't have time, so let's get up, get up, get up. Men, you can sway your hips. You can. Okay. Okay. You got to look at mine. My hip. Just the hip. Okay. So, very quickly, and I'll look at you and I'll give you a cue when you have to do this. Vineet, do you want to do this with us? No? How many of you want Vineet, want to look at Vineet sway his hip? Yes, bring him on. Ask him to come on. Okay, so this is how it goes. You hold your hip, one hand on your hip, your left, whatever. Okay, very quickly, push your bum out a little bit. Okay, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and then you roll it and bring it up. It's as simple. Can we do that? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and up. Very nice. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go, let's go. And I want you to just dance, yeah?
Oh, baby, if you love me, you go buy me Ferrari. If you like me, you go pay me salary. Super waist and I'm money they cook. If you like it, you go spend it to chapa. Cause I love you, no be mouth, no be mouth. I love you, no be mouth. Come on, do it, no be mouth, no be mouth. I love you, no be mouth. Take it away. Move like an African, come on. Oh God, I don't tell you to stand in line. You know good about it, you don't keep on open supermarket for me for Netherlands. Nothing too much for me as your sweetheart. Yo, my Francier, my Bakier, they do you be shame like that. If you want to butter me well, Mr. Man, you must change up. But to your body, tell me to no good. Now they call me sweetie pie, love it all. If you love me, you go back to Ferrari. If you like me, you go pay me salary. Hey, situations and I'm money they cook up. If you spend it, you go spend it to chapa. Hey, cause I love you, no be mouth, no be mouth. Do it, sound found, no be mouth. I love you, no mouth, no be mouth. No mouth, no be mouth. It's just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your voices together, make some noise, come on! Woo!
That's the chorus one. One more time. Cause I love you, no be mouth, no be mouth. I love you, no be mouth. I love it, no be mouth, no be mouth, no be mouth. No mouth, no be mouth.
Thank you very much, Under 25 Summit. Thank you so much for inviting me. They've done a really, really good job with this. Can we have a round of applause for Under 25 Summit, please? It was really nice talking to you guys. I'm going to be outside if you want to have a chat with me. But thank you so much for being so accepting and so loving. Thank you.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Radio Indigo and Asianet Newsable stage. Thank you so much for coming down. We're quickly going to move into our next segment. And while we do, I need a show of hands, another show of hands. How many of you were here for last year's summit? Put your hands up in the air. Very excited. Okay, so first timers to the Under 25 Summit, please put your hands up in the air. Wow! Anto, are you seeing this? Look at that. What is that? All new faces. So I think it's time to teach them a certain dance, Anto Philip. Hashtag I am under 25. So we have this tradition that we have done at every single summit that happened across India. And we also did it at the Under 25 Summit last year. How many of you remember who came last year? Do you remember the little dance? You don't remember the dance? You weren't there? No? We're going to do that for y'all. Do we have time? No, I think we're going to do it a little later. We're going to do it later. We're going to do it later. Calm down. Calm down. We're going to do it later. Okay, show of hands. Beatboxers in the house. Beatboxers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone this side? 6. Lady beatboxer in the back. Hi. Interesting. We should get you on stage later. Very cool. We're going to do something, a little something with the beatboxers. Do you want to hear a quick beatbox? Yeah? It's working. Yeah. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. These sound systems, no, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. I'm going to introduce the next person to take over the mic from me. Her name is Richa. Requesting Richa Srivastava to kindly take stage. Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise for her, please. I'm going to let you do the honors and introduce this session.
You guys don't? Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Richa Srivastava, and I represent the government of Andhra Pradesh. I guess while you guys were walking in, did you see something called The Future Is Here on the right? Yeah, so this session is more about where the future is going to be and what we are doing in Tirupati for this institute called International Institute of Digital Technologies. So I would like to invite on stage Mr. J.A. Chaudhary, who's the IT advisor to the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and the mind behind this vision.
Good morning to all of you. I am unfit to be here in a 125 summit. I am 60 plus.
So Anto and Shreyansh tell us that it's the emotion, so we both will go by that we're still under 25. So, sir, I would like to start with talking about what is IIDT and where this entire vision came through, and how people out here should be interested in this entire institute.
Yeah. So basically today, there are a lot of transformation and disruptions are happening across the globe. Particularly last 5 years, disruptions are getting disrupted. So when the disruptions are getting disrupted, if you keep quiet, the tsunami will come and sweep all of us out of the game. So before that happens, today India is enjoying as the IT superpower in the globe. Somebody should not come and take all that, whatever we have been doing all these years, and somebody should not gain that advantage because they are ahead of us in this curve. That's the reason why Government of Andhra Pradesh has taken a decision in the Indian IT 2.0, when everything today is getting automated. Programmers may be losing their jobs. Bankers may not be there because banking will continue, but banks may not be there. Auditors, they may not get any job, but auditing will continue. Schools may not be there, but schools will continue. This is the kind of phenomena which is happening. Already you are seeing shops are not getting disappeared, but shopping is continuing through e-commerce and all that. So in these changes, unless you are prepared to take on the challenge of the tsunami, which is disrupting the world, that's the reason why we thought that why don't we start a new age institution with a deep digital technologies which are relevant for the youth tomorrow and youth day after tomorrow. That's the reason why we initiated this program. It's called International Institute of Digital Technologies. This is the first digital university in the country with a complete new pedagogy. It's not going to be a classroom kind of education. The teachers will be from all over the globe. Teachers may be from Silicon Valley, teachers may be from Bengaluru, teachers may be from Hyderabad or maybe Mumbai. That is the kind of a pedagogy that we wanted to go ahead. And the first batch of, we are starting 2 schools, one school of cybersecurity and school of analytics in the month of February from the temple town Tirupati.
I guess technology enthusiasts in this crowd, please raise your hands. Very well. And I believe that as a youth, we have, the responsibility going forward to take this enthusiasm and passion to the next level. So I think what we're trying to do in Tirupati is something which is going to be very interesting and very new style. So how is it different from any other institute? What is it that makes it unique?
See, most of the institutions, today, it's an innovation era. Whether it's for the government or educational institutions or corporates, if they don't innovate, they have to perish. The same case with the educational institutions. The conventional educational university system in the country, the so-called universities and engineering colleges, they have very rudimentary, the old age kind of pedagogy, the way they teach. That is not required today. Today what is required is the technologies are changing. Today, whatever is relevant, tomorrow is irrelevant. So with that kind of a pace, the things are changing. And if we follow the old school of teaching the students, the foundations and things like that, that's not going to work. That's the reason why we are coming out with a new age kind of a teaching, with a new age pedagogy, and all that we'll be experimenting, we'll be innovating. It's not that today whatever is decided by IIDT is going to be there tomorrow. Every 6 months once we'll be revising and we'll be adding new components. Ultimately, what we want to see is the students who are trained at IIDT Tirupati, they should compete with the students from Stanford. Why not? So that's the kind of pedagogy that we are working on.
So do we want to be at Stanford or do we want to be at IIDT now? That's great. Who is that?
Why not the students from IIDT compete with Stanford and create Googles from Bangalore, Googles from India?
So that's a brilliant vision. And what I want to ask, sir, is what are these courses that we're doing, that we're going to be starting at IIDT, other than cybersecurity and data analytics, which is happening in February? What are the other courses that we're looking in the long term?
Yeah, these courses, again, there are a lot of churn is happening. And as I said, we are very dynamic in thinking and changing even the courses also. Earlier we thought of XYZ courses. Today, just now before I came here, I met one gentleman called Jignesh, who is actually AR, VR specialist. He said, sir, future is going to be the augmented reality, virtual reality. So why not we do something in IIDT as a school of AR, VR technologies? I already, in principle, have taken a decision to start one school in the augmented reality and virtual reality, because in the tourism, in the entertainment, in the health sciences, everywhere, agriculture also, there is AR, VR techniques are required. Today, hardly there is a professionals who can deal with, who can understand AR, VR. So we are going to start a school of AR, VR technologies and incubation for the AR, VR startups who can come there and provide some new startup ideas and things like that. So we are thinking in that direction. Whatever is going to be relevant tomorrow, what is required, those schools will be started. So we are thinking at this point of time, we will be starting a blockchain technologies, because blockchain is going to be the next new revolution in information technology, because whatever application that so far has been built using the conventional technologies, they are being hacked by the hackers. Cyber hacking is a in thing. To avoid cyber hacking, today, every expert in the world, they say that the new technology called blockchain technology is in thing. So we are starting one school of blockchain technology as part of the IIDT. School of FinTech is going to be, because financial technology is going to be in thing. And school of AR, VR also is going to be part of IIDT.
That sounds very interesting and very futuristic, I must say, in terms of having a vision about where the future of IT is headed, I must say.
That's right.
Yeah, so I mean, while we all think that IT services was something that, put India on the map, but I think what next is something that we've been thinking about, and I think it's very visionary in the sense of the entire setup. So, sir, what is the what do you say? What is the long-term plan of this institute? How are we visualizing it? I mean, what sort of a global, attention are we trying to seek? What are the corporate organizations are we looking at? Can we?
Yeah, this institution is actually driven by the industry and R&D institutions. And we are going to have a deemed university status for this IIDT soon. Then we will have research programs, and also we will create a world-class incubation in whatever the technologies that we are imparting the students. For example, AR, VR, I said. So we will have a AR, VR lab. We will have incubation, innovation center for the augmented reality. Similarly, cybersecurity, we are starting a school in February. We are going for the best of the best technology, tools, which a particular clarification or seeking a market access, seeking some how his startup idea can be incubated properly and make that startup idea a successful thing. So the main advantage, what is not there in the conventional education system, is our global mentor grid. In all these technologies, we'll have the CXO level people from Europe, from Singapore, from Silicon Valley, from Hyderabad, from Bengaluru, from various places who are willing to come and provide the mentorship and see that all the students who are going through this IIDT, they are not only successful as a professional, but they can be successful as even an entrepreneur, as a startup entrepreneur.
So now on that, sir, what is the kind of persona of a person that IIDT is looking for, like in a student? What kind of people, what kind of students are we looking at? I mean, are we looking at somebody with an entrepreneurial bent of mind? Are we looking at somebody with what kind of a student are we looking at?
No, basically our idea is we want to take the ordinary people, transform them as extraordinary professionals. That is the kind of thing which we are looking at. It's no point in taking the cream and just adding one bit to the cream. So we want to take the ordinary people, turn them into extraordinary entrepreneurs or professionals. That is the kind of pedagogy, that is the kind of a methodology that we are attempting to do that. It's an attempt. Definitely we will be successful in our attempt.
So have we modeled this entire institute based on something in our mind? Like the global vision of this institute has been, for example, Mr. Naidu started off with ISB as one of the things in Hyderabad. Is IIDT also going to be of that scale or larger is what I want to ask.
Yeah, that's a very good point. When I was in Hyderabad heading the software technology park, there were no IT professionals in Hyderabad. That time, Honorable Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu was the Chief Minister for both the states. I went to him, sir, we don't have IIT, we don't have any IIM here. How do we promote the IT industry in Hyderabad? He said, what is that we need to do? We need to create a new institute which is focused on IT in the standards of IITs. That's when the IIIT concept came about in Hyderabad. Now IIIT, every state has model. IIIT Hyderabad today is #1 in the IT research, beating even IITs. All the great companies, they go to IIIT Hyderabad to recruit them. They may not go to IITs, other IITs, but they go to IIT Hyderabad because they have the people with deep digital knowledge, deep technology knowledge. They are required for today's innovation era. The similar kind of thing we want to do in the Digital Technology Institute, which is being created at Tirupati. That is where, IIDT, the only digital technology university in the world. We want to make it number one in the world, creating the digital professionals for the globe and digital entrepreneurs for the globe.
That's fantastic, sir. I think, how much time do we have right now? Another 2 minutes? So what I would like to also focus, by the way, just to say, talk a little more on what the government of AP is doing in terms of incorporating young talent into the system. So I, myself, I'm an alumni of Indian School of Business and I'm working with the government. So this year, actually the government of AP came to campus. I think it's never happened anywhere else in any of the B schools where a government organization, such a, state organization coming in and hiring business school graduates into their system to make, because there are a lot of initiatives which are very young in this state. So we are like a startup state, right, sir? So we do things differently, and this entire institute idea also is something so fascinating. So I've been working on it myself. And with entire freedom of actually, doing the marketing, the operations, the logistics. So it's, in my personal capacity, I would like to say that it's very visionary in the way that things are going forward in this state. So at the end, sir, I would like to ask you, what are the other things that are happening in Andhra Pradesh? I mean, while we're talking about IIDT, what are the other initiatives that we're looking at?
Yeah, so in Andhra Pradesh, our visionary Chief Minister, when our Honorable Prime Minister is talking about Digital India, all the states are trying to figure out how we can implement the Digital India program. When they are still thinking about how to implement, how to take the Digital India forward, our visionary Chief Minister, he said how we can implement Digital Andhra Pradesh without digital infrastructure. Then what is a digital infrastructure? Without internet, how do you take the digital application to the villages? When the villagers do not have access to high-speed internet link as a data communication links. Then we said, how do we do it? Then all the experts say that it takes about 5,500 crores we have to invest to take the fiber to all the villages. Plus, it may take about a year or two. This is the kind of thing. But our state is a startup state. Startup companies, they don't have the money, they don't have the infrastructure. We have a lot of great ideas, like any startup companies. So our visionary Chief Minister, he said, no, we don't have money, 5,000 crores to spend on this, creating the digital infrastructure. So why don't we innovate how we can reduce the cost or reduce the time? Then he himself asked us, so how these villagers are getting the TV signals? Are they getting the satellite antennas in their homes or some other way? We said, no, sir, they are all using the cable TV. How the cables are being drawn to these villagers, the remote villages, through the electrical poles, we said. Then why not we do the same thing for bringing the cable, optical fiber network to every village using the existing the electrical pole mechanism infrastructure. It's a brilliant idea which was given by our Honorable Chief Minister. Immediately we work out the numbers. We said instead of spending 5,000 crores, we said we can complete this project using only 300 crores and 6 months time. Today we are able to do it, and all the villages are getting the 15 megabits minimum capacity. In some places we are giving 100 GB kind of a bandwidth. At what every home they are only paying less than 145 rupees per month. With that, they are getting the triple play connectivity, a video conferencing system, a video phone, then plus internet. All that is being provided using this kind of a mechanism.
So would you want to? Can we get some water? Yeah. So would you want to also? Yeah. Would you want to also talk about what we're doing in Vizag on the fintech space? We got something interesting going on in Vizag, which I want to talk about.
Before I talk about Vizag Fintech Valley, the other important initiative which our Honorable Chief Minister has done, today everybody is talking about e-governance. He says e-governance is a static thing, though we are digitizing, putting the technology in between the citizen and the government to reduce the corruption. But why not create the real-time governance? That means when the things are happening, immediately somebody should take the decision and decision support system should take the decision so that the citizens will get the immediate solution instead of waiting somebody, to look into the files, digital files, and take a decision. Now we have got the tools, analytics tools, predictive, prescriptive, all these tools are there. Recently we have done that in Vijayawada when we had the Krishna Pushkaras. Lakhs of people congregated there. And there are a lot of people, they want to, pickpocketers and all kinds of thugs were there, even in some of them in police uniform. So what we did, we installed the Wi-Fi surveillance cameras, the thousands of them in that area, and we did the video analytics on the spot, and we were able to nab the people by creating the analytics, the facial analytics. Oh, this fellow is a criminal. He has got the criminal database. Though he is wearing the police uniform, we were able to nab them. So that is the kind of level that at which our Honorable Chief Minister is taking. He is talking about the real-time governance. When real-time governance happens, real-time justice will be there for the citizens of the country, citizens of the state. So at that speed, we are working on under the guidance of our able Chief Minister. Coming to Vizag, today, as I mentioned to you, banks in Europe already disappeared. Most of the banks are getting disappeared, but that work has to be done. And that work is getting into the digital space. So today, all the banks are afraid that somebody may hack. Recently it happened in Bangladesh. Bangladesh Central Bank was hacked, and within few seconds, $81 million was stolen. And every bank is worried about that. So today banks are not just the old conventional banks. They have to worry about how we can secure digitally when the cyber attacks are happening, how I can do analytics on my customer so that he requires a loan for his daughter or son to be married, what kind of a loan instrument to be given to the citizen. So for that, analytics are required. Then the new technology called blockchain technology, how blockchain technology can be used by the banking system. So these are the things which are new to the banks. So today, all the global banks, they're telling that we are not a bank company. We are a technology company, but banking also we do it. So that is the kind of a level at which the banks are going. But unfortunately, they are not getting the professionals in the fintech industry. So we thought that it's a great opportunity for the Visakhapatnam to brand as the fintech valley of the world. All the global fintech companies are coming to Visakhapatnam because we have the focus. We are also creating the fintech incubator, fintech tower. So not only the blockchain technologies and cyber security, the fintech analytics, all these things are going to be taught, and manpower is getting created on the go, and all the global companies are setting up the development centers, and we are going to see, in fact, we are planning a big event, Vizag Fintech Festival. It's a global event. We are going to have the competition, business plan competition in the fintech area globally. The people from Boston, people from Silicon Valley, they are going to participate, as startup companies are going to participate. We are thinking about announcing, it's just in thinking process. We have not got our Honorable Chief Minister's approval yet, but in principle he is okay. We said, why not we give $1 million for the best startup company in the world, in the fintech area. And if that happens, globally, all the fintech companies will come to Vizag to participate in the global fintech competition, and whoever wins, they get the $1 million check. We don't take equity in the company, but the best fintech company will come, and this is going to be annual event happening in Vizag. Every year, one great company will come to Visakhapatnam. We are going to give whatever the $1 million or whatever the money which is going to be approved by the government of Andhra Pradesh soon in the cabinet. And that's the kind of ecosystem we are trying to build. It has to be global in nature. If you think that, no, we'll only give small 1 lakh prize this thing, maybe small companies may come and that may not be sufficient for them to survive. So once we give $1 million kind of a money, not only this company succeeds locally, but globally.
That's $1 million, guys. I mean, that's something big. I'm sure people over here can also look at when we put the announcements online. On the announcement, I have to say that Anto and Shreyansh also has something really interesting that they're going to be doing with us soon, and they'll be announcing that during the day today. So I hope you guys stick around for that. And also visit the future, which is right there outside. So with this, I think our time is up, sir. And
I would like to request all of you to come to the Visakhapatnam, because under 25 summit is going to be in Visakhapatnam. The next summit is going to be in Visakhapatnam. I invite all of you to be part of this under 25 summit in Vizag. And definitely, because you are the future, and whatever we are doing, it's all for you. And if you are successful, the country is going to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the panel from the International Institute of Design Technologies. Once again, put your hands together for them, please. Okay, for those of you who have stepped out, I'm going to request you to kindly make your way back into the venue. Requesting everyone to kindly make your way back into the venue. We have Asia's quickest painter taking stage next, ladies and gentlemen. He's all prepped, waiting for you all backstage. Requesting everyone to kindly make your way back into the auditorium as quickly as you can. Also, Mr. Soundman, can you take the volume down on the monitors? It's feeding back on stage. Thank you. Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're outside the venue, requesting everyone to kindly run quickly, make your way back into the auditorium as quickly as you can. Okay, we had the beatboxers who put your hands up in the air. Could you all step forward, please? Very quickly. All the beatboxers, if I saw about 6 hands up, I don't know how many of you all are still here. Come here, very quickly. So, actually come up on stage, Duck underneath, come up on stage, jump. So a very quick introduction. Name, please.
My name's Yash.
Yash, which college are you from?
I'm actually studying in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, international. What a cool guy. Oh, now you can say people came all the way from Hong Kong to attend the Yeah, we're going to use that. Okay, so 3 beatboxers. We're going to take one more and stop with one more beatboxer. If you're here, there was a lady here, lady beatboxer. Is she here? She isn't. Okay, name quickly.
Good. My name is Venkat.
Venkat and?
Harshit.
Harshit. College?
RLJIT. Christ University.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, we have. So, how many Christites in the house? Of course, majority. How many of you are Malayalis? Joke. Okay, we're gonna give you 30 seconds each. Okay, 30 seconds. You gotta showcase here. Yeah, in 30 seconds. Your time.
Boots and cats. Just kidding.
All the way from Hong Kong.
Drop. Under 25. Give it up for under 25.
spitters, no, kindly have a seat in the audience. Clap for them, by the way. Make some noise for them. It's always nice to see new faces. All right, last and final announcement. We've turned on the speakers outside so that you can hear us, requesting everyone to make your way back into the venue. We're talking about the Radio Indigo stage. Radio Indigo and the Asianet Newsable stage, requesting everyone to make your way back to this venue. All right? So, all of y'all know him. You have seen his videos. This guy's literally a celebrity, by the way. Back in 2005, 2006, 2007, I used to bump into him at events, and we used to do events together. And then this guy just shot up all the way. He is literally the quickest painter in Asia, ladies and gentlemen. You know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys and girls, make a lot of noise for Vilas, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. Why so serious? He turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with a knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth. What's the smile on that face? And why so serious? I want to kill you.
Thank you, guys. I'm Vikas Naik, and this is what I do. All right, so I'm basically from a small village called Ujire from near Dharmasthala. How many Mangalorians here? Oh my God. All right, so that's where I was born and grew up and spent most of my early childhood there. So it's a small village, as you can understand, and obviously we didn't have much art training or anything as such. So whatever I do is all learning by trial and error kind of method. So it's all God's gift and a lot of hard work and practice. But yeah, I mean, I was so happy to be here because, you know, as compared to, let's say, a corporate show that we generally do, I was so excited that I'll be performing for so many youngsters. So you guys make, I think, wonderful audience, and thank you so much for all the energy that you guys give, because when you paint fast, it's like 100-meter sprint, and, you know, unless the crowd is actually cheering for you, you'll be like, yeah, you will not have that energy as such. But yeah, so I started painting at the age of 3, and I have been painting ever since. And as I said, it's all God's gift and a lot of practice. But I was also good in studies, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, why? Because, you know, I was a rank holder for Mangalore University, then Mysore. So obviously, yeah, I mean, that's not in arts. I mean, obviously, that's the regular studies. So obviously, the family, society, friends, everyone is like, you know, obviously, why do you want to pursue a career in art when you're not sure how you're going to make money, whether it is sustainable for a longer period of time and all that. So obviously, the very wise decision was to, you know, join a company and work and make some money. So that's what I did. I worked here in Bangalore for 6 years as HR. I was also working for IBM. I worked for almost 5 years as HR for IBM. And finally, one day, you know, I thought my profile was talent management. You know, I had to manage the talent of the employees. And I was thinking, what am I doing with my own talent? It's going for a waste, right? We all would have some very special talent, whether it's in sports, cultural, or something when we were all like kids. But that's why, you know, Pablo Picasso, he said, every child is an artist. The challenge is how to remain an artist once you grow up. That's a huge challenge. So I was thinking about all that, and, you know, that's when a couple of reality shows happened, like India's Got Talent and all that. So that's when I decided to quit my job. That was exactly 5 years ago. So a lot of people sort of discouraged me from taking that step, obviously, saying it's not a permanent job. So my thought was, you know, why do you have to really think so much about a permanent job in this very temporary world, isn't it? The world itself is so temporary. I mean, you're not sure how long you're going to live, and you are thinking about a permanent job forever? No. So that was my thought. So I decided to take a very calculated risk and quit my job 5 years ago. There is no looking back now. Anyways, I really can't go back to a desk job and work. Thank God, you know, I get to travel, perform for fantastic audience like you, and I'm happy. Yeah, so you guys want to see one more painting? Wow, fantastic. So I think we'll do something different now. Probably we will call back Arjun, the fantastic musician. Arjun, please. So probably I think when he's playing, I will also create a painting. How about that? Great? All right, here we go.
You guys left? The mic. खाली mic.
Vikas Naik, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for him, please. This is the Under 25 Summit 2017.
Thank you, guys, and give a huge round of applause to Arjun. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you so much. Did you guys enjoy the painting? All right, fantastic. How many of you paint here? How many of you can sing? And how many of you can dance? Wow, fantastic. We have a super talented bunch. I'm sure you are all into different kind of talent, you know, than the three, the dancing, painting, and singing that I asked. But I would only urge all of you, you know, just to pursue your passion, whether it not really, if you can't take it up as a profession. I was one of the lucky ones who could actually take it as my profession. So it doesn't really seem like I'm working at all, because I travel all the time. But for the last 5 years, I have been traveling, but I hardly, you know, feel tired. But at least when I'm on stage, you guys are making a lot of noise, I feel energized. So thank you so much, guys, once again. And you guys want to see one more painting, or like, are we done? Yeah? One last painting for the day. All right, so we'll quickly change the canvas and I'll do one more last painting for all of you guys. Yeah, because all of us are here, the youngsters, the future of the country depends on the power of the youth, and I would like to create the last painting for the day on those lines, so hope you guys will enjoy this as well.
कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। अब तो हमें आगे बढ़ते हैं रहना, अब तो हमें साथी है बस इतना ही कहना। अब तो हमें आगे बढ़ते हैं रहना, अब तो हमें साथी है बस इतना ही कहना। अब जो भी हो शोला बनके पत्थर है पिघलाना, अब जो भी हो बादल बनके पर्वत पर है छाना। कदमों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। निकले हैं मैदान में हम चाहते भी पर लेकर, अब देखो दम लेंगे हम जाके अपनी मंजिल पर। खतरों से हंस के खेलना इतनी तो हमें हिम्मत है, मोड़े कलाई मौत की इतनी तो हमें ताकत है। हम सरहदों के वास्ते लोहे की एक दीवार है, हम दुश्मनों के वास्ते होशियार है तैयार है। अब जो भी हो शोला बनके पत्थर है पिघलाना, अब जो भी हो बादल बनके पर्वत पर है छाना। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। जोश दिल में जगाते चलो, जीत के गीत गाते चलो। जोश दिल में जगाते चलो, जीत के गीत गाते चलो। जीत की जो तस्वीर बनाने हम निकले हैं अपने लहू से, हमको उसमें रंग भरना है। साथ ही मैंने अपने दिल में अब ये ठान लिया है, या तो अब करना है या तो अब मरना है। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं।
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him online, you've seen him on TV. Now you see him in person at the Under 25 Summit 2017. Vikas Naik, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note, we're going to break for lunch. Remember, the hashtag is hashtag I am under 25. I see you yawning there. I see you yawning. We're going to come back at 1:45 or 1:50. We're going to come back at 1:50. Quickly step out, get yourself something to eat, something to drink. Wash your face. Come back. It's going to be a super post-lunch session, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you're at India's largest youth festival. This is the Under 25 Summit 2017. Do come back as quickly as you can. Thank you. And you can sing along with this song.